Hey friends, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. I need to confess something. After my first big canning season, I had rows and rows of beautiful jars, but I barely touched them. They just sat there while I cooked dinner the same way I always had. It felt like a total waste. So for a full month, I forced myself to use home canned items every single time I made a meal. And I discovered so many ways to use them, and today I want to share 9 of my favorites. Those jars you worked so hard to can aren't meant to just sit there or show up as side dishes. They're supposed to make your life easier and your dinners better, so let's make that happen. Let's jump right in with a recipe that tastes like it simmered all day but comes together in just a few minutes. A lightning fast chicken pot pie. So forget cooking and dicing chicken and veggies. Your pantry already did that heavy lifting when you canned a whole bunch of stuff. This is the ultimate comfort food for a busy night. All you need is 1 to 2 jars of your home canned chicken, a jar or two of any of your vegetables or a mixed vegetable. Maybe you did some carrots, maybe you did some green beans, maybe you did some corn, any of those vegetables you may have canned, and then a jar of canned potatoes, which you can leave out if you didn't can any potatoes. Just be sure to drain the liquid from each jar. To create that creamy, savory filling that is kind of the hallmark of chicken pot pie filling, you can whip up a homemade can of your cream of soup. I'll link that video tutorial below. It's also in our Mix and Jars cookbook, which is linked in the description box. Or if you canned your own chicken pot pie filling base, you can just thicken that broth on the stovetop with a butter and flour paste or a simple cornstarch slurry. So in a big bowl, combine your drained chicken, your veggies, your potatoes, just be sure they're all drained. Stir in your homemade cream soup. At this point, I love to add a generous amount of salt and pepper, maybe sprinkle in some thyme, onion powder to really amp up the flavor. Give it all a good mix, and that's your filling. You can pour this mixture into a pie crust, top it with biscuits, or make it a lazy style casserole and just pour a homemade Bisquick-like crust on top and bake. It's a complete hearty meal from a few jars that were just waiting for their moment to shine. Okay, this next food is one of my absolute favorites because it is so simple, but it really does transform plain rice. We're going to use your home canned salsa as the cooking liquid. This trick infuses every single grain with the flavors of tomato, onion, peppers, and all those spices in the jar. Just replace the water in your usual rice recipe with the same amount of salsa. So if you're making 1 cup of rice that calls for 2 cups of water, use 2 cups or 1 pint of your salsa. If your salsa happens to be very thick, go ahead and add a little bit of water just to ensure there's enough liquid for your rice. Then you simply cook the rice as you normally would, whether it be on a stovetop or in something like an Instant Pot. And now you have an incredibly flavorful side dish or you can pair it with beans for a rice bowl or in tacos or quesadillas to stretch your meat. Okay, now number 3 is all about turning canned meals in jars into complete family dinners. When you have a quart jar of, say, Italian beef or Mexican chicken sitting on your pantry shelf, you might think it's just enough for 2 people. But with a few additions, you can easily stretch that jar to feed 4 to 5. For instance, let's talk about our chipotle pork recipe. A quart jar of this spicy, flavorful meat is perfect on its own, but there's a way to make it feed several people. Cook up a big pot of seasoned rice and then spoon the chipotle pork over the top to create individual rice bowls. The rice balances out the heat from the chipotle and sucks up all of the delicious sauce from the jar. You can set out toppings, make it like a full topping bar, and let everyone customize their own bowls. You could also even add black beans or corn to the rice as you cook it for extra substance. So now what started as 1 jar of pork now feeds 4 to 5 people a complete and satisfying meal. Mexican chicken works the same way. A quart jar might seem like just enough for a couple of burritos, but if you cook up a pot of rice, heat up a can of beans, suddenly you have enough for the whole family. Spoon the chicken and its flavorful liquid over the rice and beans, and then serve it in taco shells or tortillas with all of your favorite toppings like cheese, lettuce, salsa, sour cream, cilantro. You know the drill. Now we have all of these recipes and so many more, along with recipes for how to stretch each jar inside our Meals in Jars canning cookbook. It will be linked in the description box below, or you can comment Meals in Jars, and I'll reply to your comment directly with a link to the cookbook. Okay, now number 4 is for when you are stuck in a breakfast rut. Your home canned fruits, jams, syrups are here to save the day. We usually think of these as something to spread on a biscuit or pour over ice cream, but they're a fantastic way to flavor otherwise bland breakfast foods. So let's start with oatmeal or yogurt. Try adding a tablespoon or 2 of your favorite jam or fruit syrup. It adds instant flavor and often nutrition too, like canned peaches, for example, are a great source of vitamin C. So just imagine a warm bowl of oatmeal on a cold winter morning, swirled with your own sun-ripened peach preserves. And if you're thinking, yeah, right, canning destroys all the vitamin C, check out this study that shows no statistically significant loss of vitamin C in peaches post-canning or even after they've been sitting on the shelf for 3 months. So moving on, you can also drain a jar of canned pears or applesauce, anything you can imagine, and spoon it right into your yogurt. And don't throw the syrup away, save it to sweeten your iced tea or make a flavored lemonade. It's a simple addition that makes breakfast feel a little bit more special and helps you use up those beautiful jars of fruit. Okay, on to number 5 in our list. Canned potatoes are probably one of the most underrated items in a canner's pantry. They're fully cooked and ready to go, which makes them great for creating savory potato patties or mashed potatoes in a fraction of the time. For the patties, just drain a jar of your canned potatoes, put them in a bowl, and mash the potatoes with a fork. Now, a little texture is a good thing here, so don't worry about getting them perfectly smooth. Now, add an egg to bind it all together, about a quarter cup of flour, and any seasonings that you like. I like to use onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper, but you could add paprika or even Italian seasoning for a different twist. Shape the mixture into small, flat patties, just kind of like how you would a hamburger, and heat a bit of oil in the skillet over medium-high heat and fry the patties for about 3 to 4 minutes per side until they're golden brown and crisp. We like to serve them hot with a dollop of sour cream. They are so satisfying and a great way to use this humble pantry staple. Okay, number 6 is relishes. That zesty, sweet, or tangy relish you canned is for so much more than hot dogs. It's your secret weapon for creating flavorful cold pasta salads for a quick lunch or potluck. The idea is to let the relish do most of the flavoring after you've added whatever veggies and or meat that you like. So in a large bowl, mix in a few generous spoonfuls of your favorite home canned relish, like a sweet pepper chutney, an onion relish, or a classic zucchini relish. I often will make it a creamy base by mixing the relish into sour cream. So in one go, you've added acid, sweetness, and texture. And if you go the creamy route, you've added some creamy texture as well. Okay, number 7 will probably sound familiar. We already used salsa to make rice, but now we're going to use it to create a rich, hearty chili. Seriously, think about what goes into a chili base. Tomatoes, onions, peppers, garlic, spices. If that sounds familiar, that's because your home canned salsa already has all of that, chopped, seasoned, and simmered to perfection already in a jar. So using it as a starter for chili is the ultimate shortcut. Just use your favorite chili recipe and swap the salsa in place of the tomato sauce. You can add any extra chili-specific seasonings if you prefer, like chili powder or smoked paprika. And you just made a deeply flavorful chili with hardly any effort. Serve it up with cheese, a dollop of sour cream, some crushed tortilla chips. This is my go-to on a cold winter night when I need a satisfying dinner on the table fast. Okay, this next idea might sound a little weird, but trust me on this one, it works. That home-canned fruit pie filling isn't just for pies or like an ice cream topping. You can use it as a shortcut to create incredibly moist muffins because the filling provides flavor, moisture, and sweetness all in one. All you need is about a cup of your home-canned pie filling. Apple, cherry, blueberry, and peach work beautifully, and pair that with a standard 2-cup quick bread or muffin mix. In a bowl, combine the pie filling with your dry muffin mix or flour mixture. If you're using a store-bought mix, you might not even need the milk or water that the box calls for because the pie filling adds so much moisture. So just stir those components until they're just combined. Be sure not to overmix, and then look at the texture. If it's way thicker than your usual muffin batter, thin it out with a little bit of milk until you reach the desired consistency that you normally would have for muffin batter. They come out so tender and bursting with fruit, nobody will ever guess your secret ingredient was a jar of pie filling. Now, we do have a video dedicated to a precise recipe for this, so I will link that video down in the description box below. Finally, let's kick that meatloaf dinner up a notch. We are officially moving away from the standard ketchup topping and using a homemade balsamic onion jam to create a savory glaze that caramelizes beautifully in the oven. Now, I know many of you have made this recipe with us, but if you haven't, no worries. That step-by-step video tutorial is also linked in the description box. So prepare your favorite meatloaf recipe as you normally would and then cook it as usual. The only difference is to take it out of the oven when there's 15 minutes left on the clock and top the whole thing with a layer of your onion jam. Then stick it back in to cook for the remaining time. As it bakes, the sugars in the jam will caramelize, creating a sticky, tangy, and unbelievably delicious crust that really complements the meatloaf. And there you have it. 9 simple, delicious ways to make your home canned goods the hero of your everyday meal. We've made everything from a quick chicken pot pie and crispy potato patties to flavorful salsa chili and muffins made with pie filling. I really hope this has inspired you to look at yourselves a little differently and make even more meals out of the hard work you've invested into canning. Now, if you want to make that balsamic onion jam, check out the complete tutorial that just popped up on your screen. That's all for today. We'll see you next time. Bye.